trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News Midday.
We start with that developing news. A nationwide security breach impacting thousands of universities and colleges across the country, including here in Nebraska. Newspapers from colleges painting a clearer picture of the Canvas outage from Harvard to Stanford to Dartmouth and Penn State, just to name a few. Student newspapers also reporting the same cyber attack. The University of Nebraska Systems issuing this message overnight. They say commencement ceremonies scheduled to begin today will go on as normal. Students will still be able to graduate despite this outage impacting any final exams. They say instructors are arranging ways for students to finish their courses and receive their diplomas. Now, authorities say this all stems from a group called the Shiny Hunters breaching through Canvas, an online system students rely on for all their classes. Now, just this morning, the University of Nebraska System says the company's parent company, Instructor, has resolved the issue, but the university is waiting to restore it to students while it conducts its own investigation. R.J. Coleman went to UNL's campus to see how this impacts all of them.
I was pretty shocked. I was like, well, I still don't really understand how it happened. I'm not going to lie.
A nationwide hack reaching Nebraska Thursday. More than 9,000 universities or colleges across the country who all use Canvas unable to get into their accounts after a hacker group known by the name of Shiny Hunters shut down the whole systems. Students rely on Canvas for all their schoolwork, including grades, classes, and to study. And this also happened at a critical time of the school year.
It was really bad timing, especially being finals week. I got all my finals done yesterday, but a lot of my friends had finals today and they couldn't take them.
Forcing professors to come up with alternatives for their students who hadn't completed their finals yet.
He said either we could have an average of our midterms or we could have an in-person exam tomorrow in his office hours. So I guess that's the way right now because we can't do anything about it.
But it also left dozens of students in shock, never imagining something like this could have happened here.
It's just shocking that something of this level could happen.
I was kind of surprised because I feel like Nebraska kind of gets forgotten for like a lot of things. And I was like, oh wow, like this does like affect my school for like once.
Friends sent me a screenshot of like the canvases has like, oh, he must be joking. Then I opened it and I was like, oh no.
When all students tried to open their apps, they were met with different messages like something went wrong or oops, try again. Or that Canvas was going under maintenance.
Like a bunch of my friends were trying to study on Canvas and like the message like showed up, like a message like from the hackers like on the screen and everyone was like, what's going on?
Reported in Lincoln, Jay Coleman, Channel 8 News.
Thank you very much, Jake. Again, commencement ceremonies are scheduled today. Over at UNL, they begin this afternoon with graduate and professional degrees being handed out at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Tomorrow is the big one, the undergrad and College of Law ceremonies. They say they will be awarding a record 3,800 plus degrees over this weekend. And we are keeping track of this outage and we'll provide any updates on our Now Local News app. That's where you can get breaking news as it's happening away from your television. Just use the QR code today to download the app. And let's get a live look outside now. Our Alec Communications camera. There's lots of sunshine already this morning. We got temperatures flirting with the 70s out there. Let's get on over to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro in for Houston. Has more in our first forecast. Good morning, Dominic.
Hey, good morning, Andrew. Yeah, that cloud cover kind of stuck around with us for most of the morning, and we're starting to see a little bit of sunshine here as we head towards your afternoon, and temperatures are warming up very well then as we head towards your Friday afternoon as well. Taking a look here at your Barry Law camera, as we can see, there's a good look at those clouds out there, but also a good bit of sunshine working its way on through. Should be a pleasant afternoon then if you are heading out to grab a little lunch. You know, good day to get out to the office. It's Friday. Enjoy some lunch out of the office. Go get some good food out there. Temperatures at the Lincoln Airport, upper 60s. It's 73 here in the KOKN studios. Winds have briefly shifted to be out of the south between 5 and 10 miles per hour under partly cloudy skies. Now we do see that transition then to mostly sunny skies just to the north of the interstate here as you head towards Valentine, O'Neill, portions of north central and northeastern Nebraska. Probably seeing a good bit of sunshine here for your midday. And then as we head towards the rest of the afternoon here, mid to upper 70s, and few spots might try their way then for the 80s. And here in the capital city, looks like 78 is where we're going to end up for that high temperature now this afternoon. Across the state, mid to upper 70s for those afternoon temperatures here, and we'll be warmer as we head into the weekend, but we do then also have a chance for a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two for your Saturday forecast, but all clear then as we head towards Mother's Day. We'll take a better look at that coming up here in just a few minutes.
Talk to you then. Thank you very much, Dominic. And now to that road closure that'll last all day today. You're taking a look here at Fletcher Avenue. This is between 1st and 14th Streets. The city says it's doing some utility work on that stretch. It will last until 4:30 this afternoon. It's hopefully before the heavy traffic hits for the evening commutes. Husker softball is set to play for a spot in the Big Ten Tournament Championship today. The Big Reds slapping their name on the bracket there as they advance in the Big Ten semifinals this evening. Nebraska defeating Michigan for the 4th time this year to advance. These are pictures of that 4-2 victory. This is now the 5th straight season the Huskers will play in the conference tournament semifinals. It's also Nebraska's 19th straight win this year. They haven't lost since March 28th. Here's an updated bracket from the Big Ten. The Huskers will take on Indiana at 4 o'clock this afternoon, followed by UCLA and Wisconsin. The winners will play Saturday for the Big Ten Tournament Championship. We're going to be following today's game on air in our Now Local News app. We'll highlight some reaction tonight at 10 o'clock. New developments. Nebraska's Attorney General is leading a multi-state push regarding abortion pill access. Attorney General Mike Hilgers is joining 22 other states asking the U.S. Supreme Court to keep certain restrictions on the drug in place. The states are supporting a Louisiana lawsuit that says you have to get mifepristone in person and not through telehealth or in the mail. President Biden had removed the in-person requirement. Nebraska officials say that allows out-of-state doctors to prescribe and mail you the drug, conflicting with current Nebraska law. No word on how long a decision from the high court could take. Well, the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran faces new challenges today after what appears to be a series of drones that Iran lobbied over the last 24 hours. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying the administration is expecting a response from the Iranian regime today to the latest U.S. offer on the table. As ABC's Christian Cordero reports, the president calling those strikes, quote, just a love tap.
For the 3rd time since the naval blockade, U.S. forces disabled Iranian-flagged ships it says were trying to enter an Iranian port. This video shows smoke billowing from both of the ships U.S. Central Command says it targeted today. Iran has not formally responded to the U.S.'s offer to get traffic moving through the Strait of Hormuz, but says it's working with Pakistani mediators. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said this morning he expects Iran will issue its response today.
The world has to start asking itself, what is it willing to do if Iran tries to normalize a control of an international waterway? I think that's unacceptable.
The framework deal would end the U.S. naval blockade in the strait and would require Iran to lift some of its restrictions there, including tolls and sea mines. It would last 30 days, according to officials familiar with the matter. But a new round of strikes in the past 24 hours have cast uncertainty on the status of negotiations. The UAE says its air defense systems engaged with Iranian strikes today, adding 3 people were injured. It follows strikes in Iran yesterday that the U.S. describes as retaliatory, saying Iran fired first on 3 American Navy destroyers in the strait. Still, President Trump on the phone tells ABC's Rachel Scott Thursday's strikes were, quote, just a love tap, and insists the ceasefire is intact.
I'll let you know when there's no ceasefire. You won't have to know. If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran.
Iran's foreign minister responded to the back and forth strikes on social media, writing, quote, every time a diplomatic solution is on the table, the U.S. opts for a reckless military adventure, adding Iran will not bow to pressure. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
New at midday, some fallen Nebraska heroes being remembered for their sacrifice. The Nebraska Law Enforcement Memorial hosting an event to engrave the names of Trooper Kyle McCasey and Corrections Officer Colby Baber at the memorial in Grand Island. Trooper McCasey died in the line of duty after being hit by a snowplow in February of last year. Meanwhile, Colby Baber died from complications related to COVID-19 in 2021. Governor Jim Pillen and Attorney General Mike Hilgers both attending the memorial ceremony in Grand Island this morning. We're going to hear some of their remarks tonight at 5. The law enforcement teams around Lincoln are getting ready for Police Week. Staff at LPD and Lancaster County Sheriff's Office teaming up to do some renovations on the Law Enforcement Memorial. Outside the city-county building, Police Week starts on Monday and is meant to honor officers who've given their lives in service. Still ahead this morning, a historical musical is taking the stage this weekend. We speak live to a pair of those actors coming up after the break.
Someone who gets your sense of style is appreciated, especially after being in a hospital gown all week. The Synergy Effect. Brought to you by Synergy Home Care.
Next, E.T.
You like me?
Yes, we do. Sally Field talks legacy, turning 80, and her remarkable off-screen bond with another Pullman.
You've had the impact of almost no one at this show.
Next.
Weekdays at 6:30 after Channel 8 News at 6.
Children's Nebraska. Believe in better.
You don't need to drop a ton of cash to make your home look like $1 million. You just need to hit up the Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Shop top brands like Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, Borkholder Amish, and save $100 on every 1,000 you spend. Score doorbuster deals before they're gone. And with 60 months no interest financing, it's easy to refresh any or every room in your home. Amazing selection, quality designs, stylish looks. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
For generations, Eustace Body Shop has been a part of Nebraska's story. A locally owned small-town business built on trust, craftsmanship, and community. From those early days in the shop to today with 8 Nebraska locations, including 3 right here in Lincoln, Eustace continues to grow generation after generation. Because around here, taking care of people is just who we are, including free loaner cars when you need one.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Berry Law, founded and operated by American veterans and patriots.
It's not always about hitting the right notes. It's about a career in tune with your life. The Synergy Effect. Brought to you by Synergy Home Care.
I love it.
Hey, right now you can see the groundbreaking musical Suffs right here in Lincoln, and here to talk about it are 2 of the actors from this great performance, this wonderful historical performance here. Laura Stracco is here, as well as Jenna Lee Rosen. You guys are both in the performance. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Laura, we'll start with you here. Can you kind of tell people what exactly is Suffs and why is this such a cool performance to be a part of?
So Suffs is a musical that kind of in real time takes us, we're like 65 years into the suffrage fight, the vote for votes for women, and the 2 kind of schools of thought of the old way of doing things and the new way of doing things, and the way that those teams kind of collide and fight and realize that they're actually working towards the same goal and how they end up getting the vote.
Alrighty, awesome. And then Jenna, can you kind of explain a little bit why this is such a special performance to be a part of?
Yes, well, Suffs is incredibly relevant today, and I think it really illuminates the way that history is cyclical and repeats itself, and how we are always fighting for something as a society to better the world, and especially as women, and fighting for women's rights.
You guys have been performing now since, I believe, Wednesday, correct? It's been Tuesday.
Tuesday,
okay. Got it wrong. Darn it, but you got a few more performances here this weekend. Here, what's your pitch to the people of Lincoln to kind of get them to come out and see you guys?
One of my favorite things about this show is that everything that you're seeing actually happened. These people are real. The events, even that you're like, there's no way that that's real. This is just scripted. These people are real. The events are real. And you are going to leave inspired. You're going to see someone or something up on that stage that reminds you of somebody that you know, reminds me of something that you felt before, and you're going to walk away inspired for sure.
Jenna, when you hear that, and then knowing we're in a pretty big year when it comes election-wise and stuff like that, to get people out there and inspire them a little bit, what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, I think Suffs is incredibly inspirational. You know, as a woman, being able to do this show is incredible for all women and femme presenting people. So it's really incredible. And also with Mother's Day coming up on Sunday, what better way to celebrate than bringing a woman who inspired you in your life to come see the show. And also Doris Stevens, who is featured in the show, is from Nebraska.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a line about it in the show. So that's been great.
Doris Stevens. We love Nebraska.
That's super cool. All right, again, we got performances coming up here tonight, of course, and then two tomorrow, correct?
2 tomorrow. 2 and 7:30 tomorrow, and 1:30 on Sunday.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, you guys can get tickets at leadcenter.org. And guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. I know you've been busy with this performance and everything like that. I hope you enjoy Lincoln.
We really do. We love it.
Alrighty, sounds good. Dominic, what's coming up next?
Yeah, Andrew, as we head towards the afternoon, looking at partly sunny skies, a little bit of a warmer day out there, a few chances for rain in the forecast, too. We'll break that down and more coming up in your main weather segment here soon.
From big moments
Right now, the latest data is out on the state of the jobs market in the U.S. The new jobs report today shows that the U.S. economy added 115,000 jobs in April. That's an expected slowdown from jobs added in March, still significantly more than what many analysts were predicting. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says the unemployment rates remain steady at 4.3%. Analysts are watching how high gas prices will impact consumer and business spending.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, a busy weekend of events coming up here in the capital city. As we mentioned earlier, professional and master's degrees getting handed out today at UNL. Undergraduate commencement is tomorrow, and it was only a year ago where I was graduating there and getting my degree. So kind of a cool little moment there. But here's a look at your graduation forecast. We do start out with some sunny skies for the start of your Saturday morning. I know we have that first session there at 9 a.m., so should be in the clear for that. Even as we head towards about noon there, 70s, a little bit of cloud cover starting to work its way into the forecast. And as we head towards the afternoon, and ultimately into the 80s then as we get ready for that afternoon session. But if you are heading to the afternoon one, make sure you take the umbrella with you, because as we're getting ready to leave there, could be seeing a few showers in and around southeast Nebraska, and we'll see those winds shifting to be out of the north and west. So again, likely going to see those high temperatures right as we're heading in for that 2 o'clock session, and then heading out, still looking to be there into the upper 70s. Here's a look in the capital city now. Allo Communications camera. They got some wispy upper level cloud cover here sneaking in there with that sunshine too as we look off there to the west. Temperatures have warmed up very nicely for most of us. Upper 60s, low 70s here from much of eastern Nebraska, and a few spots there to the mid 60s as you head out towards the west, including 69 here in Lincoln, 71 in Beatrice. The Tri-Cities starting to work their way up to the 70s as well. It's 72 in Grand Island, 68 in Kearney, and 66 degrees in Hastings. Winds out of the south now, but only for the moment here in the capital city, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That does shift then to be out of the west and northwest as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. We'll see kind of a weak cold front move on through, and that could maybe give us a shower or two, mainly to the north and east of us here in the capital city, but a possibility nonetheless. Still keeping an eye on that cloud cover to the south of Lincoln for the moment. Gage County, Beatrice, you're likely seeing more of that than we are. Then as we head off towards the north, clear skies, especially there for north central and northeastern Nebraska. Stormcast continues to move these clouds off to the south and east as we head throughout the rest of our afternoon here, and then we'll start to see maybe a few more clouds bubble up along that front as it moves slowly into southeast Nebraska later this afternoon and into the evening. But clear skies continuing then as we head towards late Friday night, early Saturday morning. As we mentioned, could see a few passing clouds for the start of our day on Saturday, but should get at least a little bit of sunshine before we head towards the afternoon. Now here's where we start to look at the chance for a little bit of precipitation as we head into the early afternoon hours, mainly along into the south there of Interstate 80 into south central Nebraska. That then moves off here to the east as we head towards your Saturday afternoon and into the early evening hours. Could see some light rain. Looks like maybe a chance for a rumble of thunder in there too as we then moves off and should be cleared out as we head towards the rest of our Sunday evening, with then another chance for showers and maybe a thunderstorm out in southwest Nebraska. Going forward here the rest of the afternoon, low 70s by about noon and then to the mid 70s here by 1, 2 o'clock. Again, as I mentioned, if you had the chance to get out and enjoy some lunch out of the office today, good day to do that. Ultimately on the way to the upper 70s for most of us for those high temperatures. That did bump us up to 78 here in Lincoln. We'll see if anyone can sneak their way to that 80-degree mark, especially with that sunshine out there coming our way. Now we'll take a look towards your Saturday forecast. Likely going to hit the 80s here for most of southeast Nebraska. Even with that cloud cover and the chance for rain, it looks to be a warmer day ahead here for the start of the weekend. Then cooler for your Mother's Day forecast, but that sunshine does return as we'll see the lower 70s for those highs. And that's probably the last time we'll see highs in the 70s really for some time. Looks to be a warmer week ahead, sunny here. I know if you got any outdoor plans you want to get done, looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, looks like not a bad day to get out and do them. I mean, we got that late chance for rain late Monday and early Tuesday, but for the most part then, looks to be a good warm start to the work week there. A couple more chances for rain as we head towards the back half of the week with the upper 80s then for highs. We'll keep an eye on that going forward, but other than that, a warm spring week ahead.
Thank you very much, Dominic. Don't forget, our bike drive is just around the corner. We are now less than a week away. We are partnering with the Lincoln Bike Kitchen for the 3rd annual time. It's one of my favorite events every year. It's next Thursday, May 14th, right here at Channel 8. We're located south of 10th and Van Dorn. Our team will be out in the parking lot from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. next Thursday. You can donate any new or gently used bikes. You just got to make sure there's no rust on them. We've delivered hundreds to the bike kitchen in the past, so let's keep that tradition alive. Still had a papal anniversary. We look back on the first year under Pope Leo and how the first ever American Pope has grown the church.
At Capital Humane Society, we know proper veterinary care is vital to keeping pets healthy and happy. Our mission is to serve the Lincoln community by providing resources for all pet owners. That's why we opened Stransky Veterinary Center at 55th and O Street. We offer preventative veterinary care, including low-cost spay and neuter surgeries, vaccinations, pet dental care, flea and tick protection, and more. Your pet will never be happier and healthier than after a visit with our professionals. Book an appointment online at StranskyVeterinaryCenter.com.
Grow your family's Christian faith and share the love of God with others with ABC Book and Bible House. Browse the book selection, share a greeting card, surprise the little ones, and the perfect place for all your shopping needs. ABC Book and Bible House, the Christian bookstore with so much more.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has continued to be your trusted, locally owned and operated plumbing and HVAC professionals for over 100 years because of you, our loyal customers.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Thank you, Lincoln. Thank you, Lincoln.
Whether it's through your plumbing or heating and air needs or giving back to the community like sponsoring Lincoln Youth Football and the Capital Humane Society, we look forward to continuing the tradition of our family serving your family.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Welcome to Comfort Made Mattress Factory's new location at South Point. Every mattress is built right here just for you. Any size, any shape, any comfort level, and backed with our lifetime comfort guarantee. We'll come to your home and adjust your mattress, firmer, softer, or anything in between. Right now, save $100 off, free mattress protector, and free delivery. Come see us, Comfort Made Mattress Factory next to Shields, and let us build your perfect night's sleep.
Upgrading your facility's lighting? Wolf Electric delivers expert solutions, from energy-saving ballast to full LED system installations. Our skilled team ensures fast, efficient service with minimal disruption to your operations, backed by a 1-year warranty. Go to wolfelectric.com for your free quote today.
Right now, Pope Leo is marking the 1-year anniversary since his selection as the leader of the Catholic Church. ABC's Melissa Adon details her travels with the Pope during his long trip to Africa in April and why he and the church itself in the past year has been so successful in finding new believers.
Exactly a year ago, the first American Pope was elected. Pope Leo XIV, born Robert Francis Prevost, taking the helm of the Catholic Church.
La pace sia con tutti voi.
His papacy comes at a time where Catholicism is a driving force behind this new generation. The excitement was palpable as the Pope descended onto the African continent in his most recent visit.
What significance is it as a young person that is Catholic?
Oh, everything. It's good to be a young Catholic because you're having some movement in church that people are entering inside.
More than a fifth of the world's Catholics are in Africa. The continent is the fastest growing region of the Catholic Church worldwide, and a driving force are Africa's youth.
So I would just like to thank everyone in Cameroon for the wonderful welcome, the great enthusiasm.
Within his first year, the 70-year-old pontiff making strides, visiting Turkey and Lebanon for his first papal trip in the fall. Then in the spring, he headed to Monaco, where he acknowledged the rise of Catholicism. The Pope spent 11 days crisscrossing the continent.
As Pope Leo makes his way through the Pope Mobile, there is an enthusiastic crowd here.
Pope Leo promoting peace among war-torn regions, visiting Bamenda, Cameroon, the epicenter of a deadly civil war, where a 3-day ceasefire was put in place just to accommodate Leo's visit.
We're hoping that they should try and hear our voice. One civilization, one day, the new civilization, the new generation.
Throughout the journey, Pope Leo committed to preaching the gospel and not afraid to speak his mind. As recently as this past Monday, President Trump once again criticized Pope Leo.
Well, the Pope would rather talk about the fact that it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon, and I don't think that's very good. I think he's endangering a lot of Catholics and a lot of people.
The first American pope responding on Tuesday, saying the church has spoken out against all nuclear weapons for years. There is no doubt about that. I simply hope to be listened to because of the value of God's word.
Do you find that it created division within the United States for Catholics?
If anything, it united Catholics in the United States because Catholics from progressive to traditional really were appalled by the president's personal attack on the Pope, which is really, in a way, attack on the church. And so I think people sort of came together to support him.
Melissa Adon, ABC News.
Still ahead, we have the latest as health officials race to keep the hantavirus outbreak at a distance. Find out the latest infection rates and the rise level to the public next.
We all know moms work hard, and Menards makes it easy to shop for perfect Mother's Day gifts that will show her how much you care. We've got great gifts for mom. Spend more time outdoors with our impressive selection of patio furniture, whether relaxing in style or adding color and beauty to a backyard space. Trust Menards to help you make this Mother's Day just as special as she is. Pick up these great gifts on sale now.
Save big money at Menards.
Please join us this Thursday for our annual bike run.
I recently got into extreme biking.
Rod, please get down from there. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Mackenzie, trust me, okay? This is how you do a bike run. Get up.
Oh my God. Are you all right?
I don't think I'm gonna do this again.
Help us support the Lincoln Bike Kitchen by bringing your unwanted, gently used bikes of all sizes to KLKN on May 14th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Whether it's your home or your business, you know a nice lawn is important. That's where Ray's Lawn and Home Care comes in. We can meet all your residential and commercial needs. And right now, we're offering a 20% discount for new lawn treatment customers. So give us a call and sit back and enjoy your lawn. Ray's Lawn and Home Care, family owned and operated, proudly serving Lincoln and surrounding communities for 60 years. Ernie's Mattress First, your local sleep specialists.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News Midday.
Developing now new numbers today in the hantavirus outbreak that started on a cruise ship. There are now 13 total cases with 6 confirmed, 7 suspected. 3 people have died from the infection. But the World Health Organization and CDC emphasize the outbreak poses little risk to the general public. ABC's Lindsay Tuckman explains.
The luxury cruise ship with 140 people still on board is now expected to arrive in the Canary Islands over the weekend. Locals there protesting. Spanish authorities have reiterated there will be absolutely no contact with people on the island as the passengers disembark. Sources say the CDC has classified the hantavirus outbreak as a level 3 emergency response, meaning the risk to the general public remains low, but is being closely monitored.
This is not a virus that spreads that easily. COVID spread very, very easily, and it spread even when you didn't have symptoms. None of that is true for hantavirus. So this is something that is going to kind of burn itself out in the upcoming weeks or months.
About 30 people from around the world, including here in the U.S., got off the ship and traveled to various destinations before contact tracing started. 7 people in at least 5 states, from California to Virginia, are being monitored, and so far no symptoms have been reported. Spanish authorities report the U.S. government says it's prepared to send a plane for the 17 American passengers still on the ship.
It's very much, we hope, under control. It was the ship, and I think we're going to make a full report about it tomorrow. We have a lot of people, a lot of great people are studying it. It should be fine. We hope.
Spanish authorities today say they are setting up a medical evacuation and repatriation process for passengers. And unless their medical condition prevents it, all passengers will be repatriated to their countries. Lindsay Tuckman, ABC News, New York.
All right, let's go to Dominic Ferraro now with an updated forecast. Good morning, Dominic.
Hey, good morning, Andrew. Off to kind of a little bit of a cloudy start today, but on the way to a warmer afternoon. Still a little bit of cloud cover here in southeast Nebraska in Beatrice on your Shones roofing camera. But other than that, a quiet and warm start to the day. Already up to 71 degrees down in Beatrice. It's 69 here in Lincoln, 72 in Grand Island. The mid-60s then really for the majority of the state. On our way then to some warmer temperatures this afternoon. Here's a look at those dew points too. So thankfully with the warmer temperatures, not really dealing with a whole lot of humidity out there as things will stay fairly mild for the rest of the afternoon, though we could take a little bit of moisture, which seems to be mainly just to the south and east of us here as we take a look at your satellite and radar. Just the showers keeping things to the south of the Kansas-Nebraska line for the moment. We do then have a shot for some more precipitation then as we head throughout the afternoon tomorrow. But for the rest of the day today, partly sunny skies. I know we have the baseball game coming up later, so it should be a great evening to get out and enjoy that as we'll see high temperatures today into the upper 70s. Winds not too bad out of the west and northwest between 5-10 miles per hour. Might see a gust or two close to 20, but certainly nothing to ruin any outdoor Friday plans here. So a nice little warm close to the weekend, even warmer than for Saturday, but we do have to look at that chance for a little bit of precipitation, and we'll have a latest look at that Mother's Day forecast coming up here in a few minutes.
Talk to you then. Thank you very much, Dominic. Breaking now, Husker volleyball adding another impressive stop in its non-conference schedule. The Huskers are headed to Sin City. They will face off against UNLV in Texas in the first ever Players Era Elite Volleyball Championship. It'll be played at T-Mobile Arena, the home of the NHL's Vegas Knights. It'll be August 29th and 30th. Nebraska's schedule now includes matches at a professional football stadium and baseball field. The full schedule has yet to be released. Right now, the Nebraska Referee Development Program is cracking down on abuse from the sidelines. They say the misconduct they have seen has been unacceptable, with officials reluctant to finish matches and in some of the worst cases being forced out of the game. The disturbing trend is highlighted the most in the 11 and 12-year-old age groups. NRDP expects every soccer club in their network to provide direct cooperation in identifying people involved in referee abuse. You can see their statements here. Now, the organization says if a club fails to identify anyone involved, head coaches could receive suspension sanctions. They are prepared to move forward with any additional consequences if behaviors do not change. This statement comes just days before the state soccer tournament is set to begin in Omaha on Monday. Now to Husker baseball, taking on their rivals in the last home series of the season and senior day for the Big Red. The Iowa Hawkeyes are in Capital City for the weekend. The first pitch tonight is set for 6 o'clock. You can see the Huskers here preparing for this game over at Haymarket Park. Nebraska and Iowa have fed 55 times on the diamond. Right now, the Hawkeyes lead by a slim margin, 29-26. Iowa City last year, Iowa won 2 out of 3 games. But things are looking up for the Huskers at home this time around. The Big Red are 20-1. in home games this year. That's the most victories they've had at Haymarket Park since the 2012 season. Here's a look at the weekend rotation. Tonight it will be Carson Yasa. Then tomorrow it'll be Ty Horn returning to the pitching rotation. And then rounding out the weekend is sophomore Gavin Blackowitz. We'll be keeping you updated all weekend long, and Sports Director Nate Johnson will break down that first game for you tonight at 10. Only on 8 summer jobs in Lincoln, creating professional career paths for some teens. The YMCA is inviting applicants to apply, telling us it's leading some of their staff to executive positions. Channel 8's Daniel Da Silva explains why this is important as teens hit the job market this summer.
Emily Wilcox is the executive director of the Fallbrook YMCA. Rewind a few decades, and she was a camp counselor at just 17 years old. With dreams of becoming a teacher, she knew the position was a good fit for her. And it was that summer job that ultimately helped cultivate the career she has today.
I haven't left because I just truly love what I do every single day. I love the people that I work with. I love that I get to partner with the school. I get to partner with different organizations in our community. So it's just been really such a fulfilling decision, and I haven't needed to change.
Wilcox started to work with after-school programs, working her way up the ladder to oversee the Y's Child Watch program, one program leading to another until her current role of executive director.
Threw my name in the hat, and they were like, you go, girl, it's yours. So
Wilcox says coming full circle is a pattern.
And something cool that has come from that is One of our executive directors at the Northeast YMCA, his name is Luke. I hired him when he was in high school. All of our directors that work here at the Fallbrook branch, with the exception of one, have all started out as part-time employees.
Current job openings include helping with Child Watch, working as a floater through various programs like swim, something the Y helps teens get certified to do, like Alexa McGuire, who's already using her passion for the pool to build a career path.
Here at the Fallbrook YMCA, I am a lifeguard, I'm a swim instructor, and I'm starting a head guard position this summer, so I'm really looking forward to that. And given I've been here 4 years, I've grown from a little 16-year-old up to a 20-year-old, so they've helped me gain my confidence a lot, and again, creating this welcoming environment that I love being at.
As for what's next,
I love teaching and educating other people.
Danielle Da Silva for Channel 8 News.
New details on a high-speed chase through Lincoln and Lancaster County that ended with an arrest. State troopers say a driver hit speeds of more than 160 miles per hour on I-80 before leading them on several chases. The State Patrol says it started Wednesday night after a trooper tried to stop a speeding BMW in North Lincoln on I-80. Troopers say the driver exited into Lincoln onto the Cornhusker Highway exit and was eventually stopped near Highway 77 and Agnew Road. Investigators say the driver tried running away but was arrested hours later after returning home in Ceresco. Right now, the Trump administration saying those owing child support could have their passports revoked. A 1996 federal law gives the State Department the authority to do that, but it has not been strictly enforced. The initial threshold for enforcement was $5,000 in unpaid support, but legislators lowered it to $2,500 in 2005. Now the State Department announced it will be more strict in enforcing that law. They say this move strengthens compliance with U.S. laws and supports the welfare of American kids. When we come back after the break, you may want to check your spare brake fluid. Why General Motors is recalling over 40,000 containers of the products. Right now, General Motors is recalling brake fluid that did not meet federal safety standards. The recall includes more than 40,000 containers of AC Delco GMW.3 brake fluid. Federal regulators say tests found visible sediment in some containers, which could interfere with brake performance. The product was sold as a replacement brake and clutch fluid at GM dealers and direct purchases from General Motors and AC Delco.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
And just about made it into the weekend here, and we got some warmer weather on the way to at least start things off. But with that also comes the chance for a few showers and potentially a rumble of thunder for southeast Nebraska too. That Saturday forecast into the lower 80s for those highs, with again chances more for rain there and a little bit of thunderstorm action possible, mainly for south central Nebraska there too as we head towards the afternoon. Again, if you're heading out to UNL commencement tomorrow, maybe keep the umbrella handy at least for the afternoon session. Then Mother's Day on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies, a little bit cooler, right about average for this time of year, as we'll see winds shift to be out of the north and northeast, and should be a nice day there to enjoy some time here. If you have got any outdoor Mother's Day plans, looks to be just a beautiful day out there. And that warmer trend is going to continue. That 70s we just saw for Mother's Day, likely the last we'll see then for the entire work week ahead, as all of us are trending to be above average here across the state for the middle of May. As you can see, some dark red on our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and that's going to bring those high temperatures then into the mid-80s as we head towards next week. Here's where we're looking though in southwest Lincoln for the moment at your Honda of Lincoln camera. Still a few passing clouds up there, mainly confined to the upper levels here, with a little bit of sunshine trying to sneak its way on through. Temperatures at the moment into the 60s and 70s for much of the state, and here in the capital city, upper 60s, low 70s down towards Beatrice, upper 60s as well in Hebron. Aurora, York, Grand Island have all found their way to the lower 70s as well, and just to the north of us there in Wahoo. Light winds out of the south for the moment. Those will become more westerly and northwesterly as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. Can't rule out a gust or two close to 20, but as we mentioned earlier, shouldn't ruin any of those even afternoon or evening plans here. I know we got a couple of outdoor things going on in the capital city. Should be a nice night to get out and enjoy those. Here's a look then at that cloud cover for most of us in southeast Nebraska, and maybe a sprinkle or two trying to get going there towards Beatrice. We've been pretty dry in the low levels of the atmosphere for much of the day today, and that's likely going to just eat up any of that rain before it can get to the surface, but I would take the moisture if we could get it. Clear skies then as you head to the north of Interstate 80, mainly for the northern half of Nebraska. We do expect these clouds to continue to move off then to the south and east, with a few more fair weather clouds developing along a cold front that will then push to the southeast through our area as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon here, but not likely going to see any precipitation out of that, it looks like, going forward. Clear skies once again as we head towards early on Saturday morning, with a passing cloud or two possible, especially if you are getting up early for maybe a little brunch plan here Saturday morning, get on to run and get a little bit of coffee. Should be a nice weather there. The cloud cover is going to build in as we head towards the afternoon, with the chance then for those showers starting shortly after lunchtime here, and then extending along Interstate 80 into the south and east, continuing to move off to the east then as we head through the later portions of the afternoon and into Saturday evening, with a chance for a rumble of thunder sneaking its way here into southeast Nebraska going forward. But that was quickly then moving off to the south and east by late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Not a whole lot of rain expected out of those either, less than 1/10 of an inch on the rain gauge for most of us as it's all said and done. Now here's a look at those high temperatures the rest of the afternoon. Mid to upper 70s here, including 78 in Lincoln. Had to bump that up just a little bit. We'll be into the 80s then tomorrow, even with those chances for showers and thunderstorms. Then as we head through the rest of the weekend here, again, as we mentioned, cooler for your Mother's Day forecast. Should be pleasant, even close to top 10 day potential, if I do say. Now as we head towards next week, 80s hit the forecast, and they are going to stick around here for a while, even in the upper 80s as we head towards next week. And we'll keep an eye on that chance for rain later in the week. I know we do have that bike drive. We'd love to see everybody out there, by the way. But yeah, looks like we're going to have warmer weather sticking around.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Dominic. Go ahead here on Channel 8, asking for aid ahead of a big donation day. We speak live at the Food Bank of Lincoln coming up after the break. Michaela, thank you for stopping by today.
Good to be here.
All right, so we're getting close to the summer here, but obviously May is a big month for a lot of nonprofits in our area.
Yeah.
What can you tell people about the needs over at the food bank and why this month is so important?
Yeah, well, May is very special. In addition to our Empty Bowls event, it's Give to Lincoln month.
Yeah.
The actual day is May 28th for Give to Lincoln Day, the 15th year of that Lincoln Community Foundation initiative, and it's so important for all the nonprofits here in Lincoln and Lancaster County. For us, it's an especially exciting time because of the momentum that happens and the attention that this event brings. You know, when we think about right here in Lincoln and Lancaster County, about 20% of kiddos face hunger and food insecurity. And so, you know, about 15% of neighbors of all ages here that don't know when or where they'll get their next meal. And so it's an opportunity to respond. But that response costs money. And so Give to Lincoln Day is the prime opportunity to help us do our best work. And the matching fund is a pretty darn big deal on all of this.
Yes, can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so there's a proportional match that a group of different businesses and individuals have contributed to Lincoln Community Foundation that will be a pool of $650,000 that provides this matching fund.
Wow.
So it really heightens the impact of every dollar donated. For us, every $1 becomes 2 meals, but having a matching fund really helps raise those stakes in the best of ways. And we've actually started an early giving campaign now through May 15th. All of our donations through Give to Lincoln Day to the food bank will have a $35,000 special match from a funder.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. You've kind of highlighted a little bit of the importance of this, but this month, especially going into the summer months here where those kids aren't in school and they have a little bit less access to things and necessities, how important is that even more so going into the summer?
Absolutely. So we know the school year provides that important framework and consistency for kids. Our team works with the summer food service program. We have 30 different partner locations where kids up to 18 years old can get free breakfast and lunch to make sure that that's still happening for them. And we also provide summer school food markets, and backpack deliveries to kiddos continue in the summer months. It reduces compared to the school year, but we have a group of volunteers that make sure that those in the greatest need are still getting deliveries right to their doorstep.
All right, awesome. Speaking of school, I got to ask you about the LPS Extra Mile Walk. How did it go? Was it everything you ever dreamed of?
It was so fantastic. I was so proud of our team and the community. The vibe was just so much energy. It was great. We hit that $200,000 matching fund from the Accolade Charitable Foundation, and the rain held off. It was fantastic, Andrew. Thank you.
All right, awesome. And the vibe, too, a great use of some Gen Z slang there as well. Where can people help out, and how can people help out this summer and in the months ahead here as you guys kind of get ramped up for next school year now?
Yeah. LincolnFoodBank.org. All the information, if you need support, that information is there on our food finder. If you're looking to volunteer, get involved in some other way, if you want to help amplify voice and information about food justice, you can do that there. If you just want to support our work through programs, activities, all of it, LincolnFoodBank.org.
All right, sounds good. Michaela, thank you for stopping by today. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, we'll be right back. Everyone stay with us.
The pain was just excruciating. It would bring me to tears.
Running just means a lot to me. My feet just really, I was in pain.
And it hurt so terribly in my heels, I started like walking like a T-Rex.
I couldn't continue. I needed to go to the Good Feet store.
And I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. She said, just try them on.
I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Now that I have the Good Feet arch support, running is great.
This is the arch support for me.
I'm just telling you, I am grateful. I mean, it's real.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
For generations, Eustace Body Shop has been a part of Nebraska's story. A locally owned small-town business built on trust, craftsmanship, and community. From those early days in the shop to today with 8 Nebraska locations, including 3 right here in Lincoln, Eustace continues to grow generation after generation because around here, taking care of people is just who we are, including free loaner cars when you need one.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Nebraska and Iowa make up a diverse region rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like PFAS, arsenic, nitrates, and bacteria. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
Children's Nebraska. Believe in better.
Tired of dealing with clogged drains or leaks in your home? Introducing New Flow Nebraska, a game changer in plumbing repairs. Our trenchless pipe lining system is fast and reliable, using existing plumbing access points for an affordable, non-invasive fix. Preserve your property integrity. No dig pipe repair means no more disruptive excavations. Our innovative technology is clean, green, and built to last up to 50 years. Start with our $99 camera inspection to assess your home today.
Right now, a new online shopping scams targeting people with a soft spot for small businesses. As many of us look for last-minute Mother's Day gifts, the company you may be buying from may not be what it seems. ABC's Aaron Katursky explains.
My name's Walter.
Have a listen to a story that tugs at the heartstrings. An aging craftsman and small business owner can't keep up with the times. After 50 years in business, Walter says he's ready to retire and is selling his remaining inventory at a discount.
I've been making flat caps and newsboy caps by hand since 1973.
When Danny Svella of Rockford, Illinois saw Walter online, the story felt personal.
I've been in business for 50 years myself. You know, you're trying to help a small business guy.
It wasn't until his cap shipped he realized something seemed off.
I eventually got an email with a tracking number, and I tracked it down, and it eventually showed me that it was coming from mainland China.
Walter on this website and Henry on this one and George on this one don't exist. They're generated by artificial intelligence, by a growing number of online retailers playing on consumer emotions by falsely portraying themselves as down-on-your-luck small businesses.
People can do this at scale, create these images, create these websites, put them up quickly, take them down quickly.
ABC News identified dozens of sites selling everything from clothing to jewelry to lamps linked to holding companies or businesses overseas. This company claimed to be a family-run business selling handmade lamps closing after 2 decades. It listed an address on one of New York City's most expensive streets. For a small family business, the Alloon Lighting Company has sure chosen some pretty fancy real estate here on Madison Avenue. There's Chanel there, Versace's up there. This is 745 Madison Avenue we're looking for. That's 741, that's 743, 747's up there. There is no 745 Madison Avenue. The website has since been taken down. On TikTok and YouTube, videos promoting these kinds of sites go viral. Check out this example. Here are 4 different sellers of collectible lamps. Notice the similar backstory. It's getting harder to spot AI-generated videos.
Are we going to reach the point where we just can't tell?
I mean, I think we already are pretty much at that point.
Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
This comes as the Golden Globes say AI use won't disqualify someone from award season. There is a catch, though. The director will still need human creative control as the central form of work. The new policy applies across both film and television categories and comes amid growing debates in Hollywood over the role of AI in entertainment production. Coming up after the break, aliens in the radar? Yeah, how the people all over the country can access never-before-seen images on possible extraterrestrial activities.